Hi guys. Hey look. Want to say hi? Sorry, he's bugging me. Welcome, nerds and nerdettes, to Speed Metal Comics. So I just did Vancouver Comic and Toy Show 2023. I want to say Vancouver Comic Con, but I think there's some other things called Vancouver Comic Con. I haven't done them yet. That was my first con. It's pretty fun. I went big. I thought, yeah, I don't know, looking at some of the other vendors, I was like, damn, you guys don't like signage, eh? But I had the big 8-foot tall grid wall, and yeah, it went pretty smoothly. It was a little bit overwhelming leading up to it, but I had a pretty good show. I don't know what I would have been able to do without Morgan, my Goyle. She was very helpful. I also dressed up like the Crow. I went a little bit more out on the Sunday with the hand things, but yeah, pretty fun. Not many, I didn't see any vendors dressed up actually. I think I was the only one. But yeah, good amount of fun. Saturday, a little bit slow for sales. Sunday, picked right up. All in all, a pretty fun experience. And I picked up some cool things as well. But here, let's take a look at some of the loading in and loading out and some of the adventures. So we just got here. Our table's over there. And it seems real cool. And yeah.
Stop.
Now we're building the grid wall and wrapping wire around because big bungee cords look fucking stupid. All right, so the initial setup is going. I might get a sign for there, but we got this going and this fucking sign, and I'm looking really pro. And Morgan doesn't want to appear on camera. Well, that was a fun fest, and now it's done. And I bought some other shit, Castlevania stuff. And there's Morgan. Don't look at her. Don't look at her. Wow, those were some great adventures. Did you see that? Whew. As you can probably see here, I have a Star Wars 42 in a 9.6. Funny story behind that. One of the vendors wanted to trade for my first appearance Man-Bat in a 7.0, but then there was a little bit of rust on the back staple and he didn't want to trade anymore. And Evan, the guy putting on the show, was going to buy it, but he wanted kind of like a reduced price, which is understandable because he's a vendor. And then someone, I think I got his name, but it escapes me now, made me an offer of $650 for that Man-Bat, Detective Comics 400 in a 7.0, and Submariner #1 Raw. And he said 650, I said 700, and we actually did a coin flip on it. I should have recorded the coin flip. It was pretty cool. But the coin flip, I called heads. It turned out to be tails, so I went 650 with them. So that was kind of fun. And then I took that money and went directly over to the vendor and bought this 9.6 for $5.75 Canadian, which is a little under or right in the ballpark of fair market value. I could possibly crack it, possibly try for a 9.8, but I think I'm just going to hold on to it for now because it's just so dang great. The other great thing I got, so on my way out, I ran into a guy from Star Wars Theory, which was pretty cool. I'm a big fan, and I recently found out, well, not recently, maybe about a year ago, found out that he's actually a Vancouverite. So yeah, I didn't even know he was there, and then I ran into him on my way out. Pretty cool. After I got the Star Wars 42, I ran over and got this picture with all the stormtroopers. The Revan was really cool. I wish they had a Boba Fett, but hey, what are you going to do? And then off the vendor beside me, I bought this because it was only $5. Pretty sweet. I especially like that picture. And I also bought X-Men 244, the first Jubilee in an 8.5. I don't know, it was only $20. I was helping them out. So there's that. And I also got this for $5, which is pretty tight. Not bad for $5. I got 5 on it, as they say. So yeah, all in all, a pretty damn good time. I'm trying to think if there was anything else eventful that happened. Yeah, I don't know, met a lot of vendors. I might be buying an X-Men #1 and the CGC 3.0 this week. That'll be my biggest purchase of my entire life, I think. But I don't know. That's the last like big boy one I want. You know, there's AF-15 and stuff like that, but X-Men 1, that's never going anywhere. Those other ones would be like investments for eventually selling, but that X-Men 1, I think I got to bring that home. It's always kind of scary to pull the trigger on something like that. Do I gotta get homeowners insurance on that? I don't own this home. I don't even know how that works. Also, if you're watching this October 26th, the day it dropped, I'm going to be doing a 70s horror magazine auction on Whatnot. And then on the weekend, probably on Saturday or on Sunday, depending on how my weekend goes, we're going to go hit some man farms or reaper farms, or like cornfields, haunted cornfields. Woo! I'm going to be doing an entire long box of Marvel and DC. And yeah, someone wanted to buy all of them, and I gave them a price, and then they read it and never responded again. Wow, wonderful. I guess he was expecting $1 each for comics from the 70s, horror comics. Nah, brah, nah. Anyways, now that Star Wars 42 was pretty cool, but probably the favorite thing that I got was, I'm a huge Castlevania fan. And if anyone has that Castlevania #1 or Nintendo Power #2, let me know. I'm not looking for like crazy high grade on that #2, but just be cool to have. And this guy had the Castlevania set from 2007 NECA, and he had $250 on it, which isn't a bad price. And I said, I'll do $150. He said no. I was like, okay, walked away. And on my way back in after meeting Star Wars Theory, he was like, his buddy ran up, was like, hey, we want to make a deal. I went over there. He was pretty firm at $200. I said $150, went back and forth a little bit, and we ended up at $175. So awesome. I'm really glad to have those. These are the tightest things. I ordered Dracula a little wine from China, a little 1/12 wine glass so he can smash it. This meme, by the way, is amazing. Just take a minute to appreciate that. And yeah, I might get a different head sculpt for Alucard because it looks like he's fucking cosplaying with that white face and the different colored skin. He should just be all white, but what are you going to do? It is what it is. Still tight. So all in all, a pretty damn good time. As far as doing conventions, pretty fun. It's a lot of work though. And I can make a good amount of money on Whatnot and eBay. So I think I'm only going to do the big cons. I don't know about these little cons just because there's so much that went into it. Honestly, I don't know how, like without Morgan helping me, like I don't have an elevator, you know, we got to run them all down. And then the grid wall is 8 feet long, which is the exact length of my car. So it's a little bit sketchy putting that up and taking it down alone. But yeah, we'll see where the future takes me and how full-time I want to lean into this whole thing. But yeah, met some cool people, made some good connections, bought and sold, and all in all, a pretty damn good time. Looking forward to next year. Maybe I'll try and do some fan expo or something this year. So yeah, just a little update on that, my first con. And if you're thinking about doing it, just go out and do it, because I thought my booth was going to be like the crappiest little baby booth, but fuck, like I had like a sign that I had printed the day before and like a little sign, and I was taking square payments and I had everything priced, where like some of the other people, like cash only, no signage, not even a tablecloth, just like a dirty white table with a couple like beat up looking short boxes. You know, I don't know what they're making, you know, but like when there's, you know, 250 vendors, you got to do something to stand out. I had a crow costume on. Morgan was dressed up like the Catwoman. She didn't want to be on camera, whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Everyone's got their different approaches, but I would say just fucking do it. What's the worst that'll happen? You get all your stuff stolen and you get stabbed and killed, but that probably won't happen, you know, like probably not. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just meandering at this point. I'll catch y'all soon. Jesse Jardine with Speed Metal Comics. See y'all later.